Welcome to the Gas Safe Charity YouTube video. My name's Simon Main, and that's my colleague Hilary, who will be doing some of the other videos. And we work for the Gas Safe Charity, a small charity which works to promote gas safety and works closely with the Gas Safe Register as well. So we've got 4 YouTube videos covering the sources, signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide risks in the home. So this is the first one. It's basically an introduction to carbon monoxide. The second is about the sources of carbon monoxide around the home. The third is about the signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. And the fourth is about protecting yourself from carbon monoxide. And we cover a bit about servicing gas appliances and carbon monoxide CO detectors. So the first, an introduction to carbon monoxide. Why is it relevant to your work? Well, it should be part of your organisation or department's health and safety policy. However, we do find that actually very few organisations do think about carbon monoxide. Depending on your role, it could be part of risk assessment or your safeguarding procedures. And there will certainly be a duty of care to you, your staff, and your volunteers in your organisation. What is carbon monoxide? This is an image of a carbon monoxide molecule. The formula for carbon monoxide is 1 part carbon and 1 part oxygen, and is written as CO. We do remind people of this because it's very easy to think in terms of CO2. Many people just talk about CO2 detectors, for example. The reason for that is we were exposed to, by the media, people talking about CO2 or carbon dioxide all the time, and that's the gas that's linked to global warming. CO is a gas that weighs about the same as air, but it's usually generated when there's some sort of hot air from a combustion appliance, so it tends to rise slowly towards the ceiling. CO is measured in parts per million. You cannot see, taste, smell, or touch CO. This means that our senses are completely unable to detect it in a room. It's poisonous and potentially lethal. How is carbon monoxide formed? Carbon monoxide is produced when carbon fuels such as gas, oil, coal and wood don't burn fully. So remember, it's not just about mains gas. It's formed if there's a faulty appliance or a flue, which results in not enough oxygen being available to burn correctly. It can be found at very low levels and is a natural gas in the atmosphere, but at a tiny, tiny percentage, as well as dangerously high levels. How does CO get into the house? Well, this is just a diagram of an appliance using gas, but it could be coal or wood, working properly. The fumes are being drawn out and up through the chimney and away from the property. This is when there are problems. For some reason, there's a blocked flue and the fumes enter the property. We certainly heard about a case in Yorkshire, someone who was in their front room put a crisp packet on their fire, it went up the chimney and blocked the chimney. And as a result, carbon monoxide built up in that room and that person unfortunately died. Some more facts. So carbon monoxide is dangerous. It's really important to remember it's odorless, tasteless, invisible, and extremely toxic. It's also lethal. Every year, about 30 to 50 people die accidentally in the UK. And in terms of people going to accident and emergency, it's directly responsible for sending about 4,000 people to A&E and 200 people are admitted each year to hospital. The bit this project is particularly interested in is this low-level exposure. We certainly believe that thousands more people are affected by low levels of carbon monoxide exposure. And it's that long-term nature that's very, very dangerous. It could even go on for years. And over that longer period, it can cause brain damage, which can affect the nervous system and memory. Exposure to carbon monoxide in the home. The risks are much higher during the winter months, and that's when the heating is on and the doors and windows tend to be closed. In the past, 40, 50 years ago, there were obviously many fires and there was less awareness of carbon monoxide, but at that time, windows were very drafty, and it was quite common to open them in the mornings and really clear out the air. Nowadays, we tend to be in sealed properties with no drafts at all. And we're also living in a time of COVID, and the Gas Safe charity and the Gas Safe Register are thinking about the potential additional risks around, particularly as more people might be isolating or shielding at home, could be on their own, vulnerable people, and the heating might be on, and there's possibilities things like the boilers haven't been serviced this year, so potentially increased risks. So we have a Think CO program. This is one element of it. If you'd like to get our newsletter to find out other aspects or to ask any questions at all, please email us on thinkco@gassafecharity.org.uk. We also have an e-learning course. If you'd like access to that entirely free, just email us and we will send you the log-on details. So that's the end of the first video. Hope you will watch the others. So thank you from me.